What's good, y'all? It's your boy Smith. Today we're gonna be reacting to some TikToks that might change the way you see this world. Let's get into it.
Scary creatures caught in Appalachia, Part 2.
That was crazy. That could be like an elk or a deer or something, maybe. Ah, Now that first one was kind of wild because at first I was like, that's just a person, but then it started kind of like shifting and phasing from spot to spot. That was kind of crazy, and I don't know what they just drove up on. That looked like it could have been a Wendigo, or I don't know. That was crazy.
When suddenly he spots this.
Takot naman to. Ano ka?
A strange figure can be seen standing in the middle of the road.
Takot naman to. Ano ka?
The sighting has gone viral, with thousands of comments pouring in trying to make sense of the bizarre nighttime encounter.
I don't know what that could have been, but it didn't move at all. So I'm betting it was like a prop or something, somebody's toy or something that got left behind. But if that thing would have started moving, would have been time to go.
They're called menehune, this Hawaiian cryptid. There's a story. Basically, this dude rides a bike through this old stone wall ruins area. Over the wall's edge, he just hears voices. He's like, it's really weird that there would be someone over in this area. And so he stops and he looks over and he describes these like human-ish 2 to 3 foot tall menehune speaking in some language he doesn't understand. He steps on a twig. They see him and just disappear into the jungle. And then they ask him, can you like describe for us what the voices sound like? It sounds ridiculous. Play the next clip. Tell me this isn't the same creature. You guys remember this?
Yes, your sounds.
Guys,
That sounded
They sounds like the same thing.
We know so little of what's happening.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Inner Earth? UFO sightings around caves, a lot of giants going into caves.
That underground highway?
Yeah.
It would make sense if there was creatures
real.
living in this other place.
doesn't it say in the Bible that they come up out of the earth?
Yeah.
I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, I don't doubt that there's some things living out there that, once again, we know nothing about. You know, even animals that we do know about will hide out for 30, 40, 50 years in cave systems that we've created. So I don't doubt that there are things, like I said, out there just dodging us altogether. Y'all be safe out there.
The following CCTV footage comes from a man named Oscar Martinez. He states around 1 in the morning, his dog started going crazy outside of their shop. And when he was reviewing the footage, he captured something he has no idea what it is. They think it may possibly be La Llorona, or a lady in white. But it's truly hard to tell. Whatever it is has the dogs going crazy, and it's not human. Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
What that was. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. That could have just been somebody upset and walking down the street. We need to start getting better footage, more clear footage. Our cameras, everything's 4K now.
Animals that used to be considered cryptids, Part 7. In 1929, an issue of Montana Wildlife aired a wild story of a peculiar fish that sparked the interest of fishermen across the United States. The story published told the tale of a lake in Montana that was so cold it literally shattered the fishing hooks as soon as they touched the water. The only way they were able to fish the fish out of this lake was to temper them in fire and quench them in the water of the lake. They pulled out an amazing trout that was very different from what they'd seen before. How so, you might ask? Because this trout was covered in a thick and luxurious blanket of white fur. Problem was, as soon as they pulled the fish out of the water, it exploded. The hair went one way, the meat went the other. But then they didn't have to clean it. Later that year in the spring, they came back when the lake had thawed out. Unfortunately, they didn't have any luck until lunchtime, whenever one of the fishermen grabbed his portable phonograph. You like jazz? Because apparently, fur-bearing trout love it. They hopped up to the surface of the water, almost like they were taking a listen for themselves. And the fishermen took their nets and scooped them out. They used the hair to make all kinds of mittens, jewelry, and even neck wraps to cure goiters. Come to find out, tales of fur-bearing trout can be found all throughout history, from Iceland to Arkansas and everywhere in between. Some say these fish had to grow hair so they could survive the colder depths of the waters. Others say that there was a company that made hair growth chemicals, and when they were going out of business, they dumped the remaining chemicals into the river, causing these fish. But the truth of fur-bearing trout is a lot more simple. Fur-bearing trout aren't some elusive magical species, but rather just normal trout infected with something called cotton wool disease. This is a colony of bacteria that grows on the fish's scales, creating a fuzzy wool-like appearance. Good news though, it's completely treatable. But I would recommend playing some light jazz for your fuzzy friends, even if they're not so fuzzy. Even fish deserve a little class.
I think that's kind of crazy, but we can't let the designer clothes industry find out about that. They're gonna have whole jackets made out of this fur.
Did this guy just record real little people? This video was posted by Selflection the other day, where he acquired the playback of this video from another user who was on a live. Now, this guy was walking up to a tree after seeing something strange in it, and what is in this footage is unbelievable. Check this out.
This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. Alright, so look, let me know. I'm gonna let this stay. Just let me know if y'all think I should try to be friends with them. Maybe I'll come bring them some food or something.
Now, I'm not sure where this was exactly, or if it's even real or not, but there are people in the comments saying that these creatures are duendes or tree fairies. I'm not sure how you would edit a video during live unless it was a filter or maybe pre-recorded with CGI. Now, this is super interesting, although I'm not 100% convinced. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, I instantly was gonna say it was CGI, but they said it happened during a live, so I don't know how you fake that. That's kind of crazy. People have been seeing little people since time began. You know, there's always been stories of fairies and gnomes and elves and things like that, so that's kind of crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments.
When police are called to a disturbance at a residential building, they capture a dark entity on their body cam. The woman they're called to is visibly upset. She was the victim of 17 years of abuse by her husband. On their second call out to the residents, the woman calls out, "I don't know what that is," as if she saw or knew the entity was there, and tries to run past the police. Watch this.
Hi.
Yeah, she just gotta go.
How are you? Do you have your ID with you?
I don't.
What's your name?
Irene.
Irene. What's your last name, Irene?
Bejard Wilson.
Can you spell that for me?
Big Disney princess, just so you know.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
I'm the voice of Pocahontas.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna find me in your thing right now.
Why would I do that?
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman who has had enough. That's it. I don't know what that is.
Stop.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
It looked like something on the ground. Yeah, I seen that.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
I don't know what that is.
I want to say seeing that or whatever that was drove her crazy, but if you seen the interaction, even prior to that, she looked like she might have been losing it already. So I don't know, but there was definitely something going on there. I don't know what that was to travel through the floor like that. It's kind of crazy.
The tall ones. These beings are characterized by their extraordinary height, often exceeding 15 feet, and are unnaturally thin with elongated limbs. The tall ones predominantly lurk in remote areas, skillfully concealing themselves behind narrow structures such as trees, lampposts, and traffic lights. Their presence is often not made aware until it is too late, making them particularly dangerous at night or in isolated trails. The encounters usually take place when the individuals are alone, suggesting that they are targeting lone individuals. Witnesses have described feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, followed by the terrifying realization that a tall one is emerging from hiding. Those who inadvertently venture too close are rarely heard from again, and disappearances are attributed to these encounters. For your safety, avoid walking alone in poorly lit or isolated areas. Should you suspect the presence of a tall one, do not approach. Maintain a vigilant awareness of your surroundings and report any unusual sightings to immediately. Your safety may depend on it. This has been a public service announcement from Cryptid Affairs.
I've seen a lot of things out there, but I ain't never seen nothing like this. But still, y'all be careful. Be careful out there.
So this cryptid might actually be real, and no, it's not Bigfoot. This cryptid is known as the orang pendek from Sumatra, and its name translates to short person from Indonesian. Stories of the orang pendek go back decades and decades, with the majority of the sightings coming from the jungle floor. Those who have seen the orang pendek say that it looks like a very small human. Although it does have quite a lot of ape-like features, those who have seen it swear that it looks much more like a human being. It's said to be covered in red brownish hair or fur, and it's said to measure approximately 4 to 5 feet tall. It's also described as walking upright on 2 feet, but a very distinguishing feature of the orang pendek is its hair. The head of the orang pendek isn't covered in the same hair that the rest of its body is. It's actually said to grow hair like a human does from its scalp. But above all, it's said that its face resembles much more that of a human being as well. And as for its body shape, many people reference it as being similar to that of a lightweight boxer. Skeptics will tell you that the orang pendek is nothing more than just an orangutan. And this could very well be the case since orangutans do live in Sumatra. But those who have seen the orang pendek swear that it's just not an orangutan because the body compositions are completely different. Orangutans are much larger inside and they have protruding bellies and very long limbs. Whereas the orang pendek is said to be much smaller in stature, and you can tell right away just by looking at it. And then there's this video. This is just a screenshot. It was taken from a GoPro when motorbikers crossing the Indonesian jungle came across a very strange creature. They had absolutely no idea what it was, but in the full video you can see it just running into the jungle. For the full video, check out my YouTube. I just did a full-length video on the orang pendek and along other cryptids that could very well be real. The link is in my bio. Let me know what you guys think.
This is one that I do not doubt at all. I actually seen a crazy video of something that I think is, I don't know, on the level of a really big ape or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out. When I do find this video, I'm gonna put it in one of the videos for you guys just to kind of get some feedback on it. It's absolutely nuts. But this right here, I don't doubt at all. They're probably out there. That's a most definitely. These AI videos are getting out of control, and this one is creepy, boy.
Eight-legged freaks in real life? Nah, count me out. This is the Jabaphofi, or the Congolese giant spider. The first modern sightings of these cryptids were reported in the Congolese jungle in 1850, and they're said to be highly dangerous and venomous. Anecdotal stories talk about them being similar to trapdoor spiders, where they dig out a nest, typically under shallow tree roots. They'll then fill the nearby area with a massive and almost invisible web to catch its prey, leaving threads of silk as tripwire to alert the Jabaphofi. It then chases its prey, typically birds or larger animals like antelope, into its web. It's said that they grow so massive that their leg span grows up to 5 to 6 feet in diameter. They're said to be brown in color with a purple mark on their abdomen. There's one account of a British man, Arcade Lloyd, and his wife who were traveling through the Congolese jungle in 1938 when they saw something massive crossing the trail in front of them. At first they thought it was a cat or a monkey, but they soon realized that it was this massive spider that has 3-foot long legs. More recently in 2013, there was a night vision camera set up at a watering hole in Mozambique, which caught something that people are saying is H-A-V-O-B, but it's not clear just what it is, but check it out. But it's probably not real, right? It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That right there in the beginning of this video is that's a big spider as compared to the rest of the environment that it's in. I'm looking at the bushes and all of this. Just do a little size comparison. This is absolutely terrifying, and I'd rather see a ghost than see this thing. And that's the video, guys. If you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate you sticking around. Go ahead and follow us for more content like this. We're having fun, and I hope you guys are too. Anyways, I'm your boy Smith. I'm out.
Thank you.